Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shauna. I'm an intuitive, I'm a tarot reader, I'm an Akashic reader, and I'm a fellow human being just like you. So today I kind of wanted to talk about our perspectives of ourselves, because I was really noticing after doing some just work and contemplation in myself how much we hold ourselves to this persona that we've created over. So a lot of times we're like, okay, well, I'm smart, I'm dumb, I'm pretty, I'm not pretty, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, da da da. We fit ourselves into these little boxes. And so these are just perspectives, and they're really just one perspective, because all of us have encoded within us and our DNA within us, because we are spiritual beings living, in these physical bodies. We don't realize that there is actually so much more to us, and we are actually encoded with the information of the whole, of all potential, of all possibilities. So when we narrow ourselves down, which actually the word anxiety means narrow, it comes from the word narrow. So when we're having anxiety, we're really narrowing our perspective down to one thing. I don't know if you can think back to the last time that you really had anxiety about something. You were probably thinking there's going to be a bad outcome. You're worried about it, you're anxious about it, because you are thinking about this narrow outcome. But in reality, and true reality, all potentials exist. So it's really important to start to step back and start to look at ourselves, to look at our world, to look at every situation from a more whole perspective. And this would be a balanced perspective, to be able to see the whole picture. So when we're able to do this, we're not going to be confined to just that box anymore, to that narrow perspective anymore. We're going to be able to see things for what they really are, and that is anything and everything. Like I said, the potential is there for all things. So, like I said, I've been thinking about it because, insecurities and things in my own past, and I talk to other people and I hear about their insecurities too. And it really is looking at something from one side, from one bias, and not being able to see the whole potential of it. So I really do encourage you guys to start to look at situations, to look at yourself from the whole picture, the possibility and the potential that it can be more, that there is more, and there's something that we're not actually seeing. Because a lot of times whenever we put ourselves in these boxes, in these situations, when we look at ourselves with our beliefs, and we're holding ourselves in this box, we're not able to actually see everything else. And we've seen this in different situations, how like the mind really does blind us from seeing certain things sometimes. I had a situation happen the other day where I wanted to be upset with somebody. They sent me a text message, and I read the text message over and over and over again for like an hour. And I just started getting more and more and more mad. As I started getting more and more mad, I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, why did this person say this? Why would they do this? All these different things. So this goes by, like I said, for like hour and a half goes by. I go back and read the text message again, still getting the same thing. And then I tell myself, like I just stop myself and I go, there's something I'm not seeing. I have to breathe and kind of look at this from a different perspective and try to understand what is really going on here. So I calmed myself down, took me about like 15 minutes, took a breather, did some breath work, stuff like that. Came back, looked at the text message. It literally did not even read the same way anymore. And when I reread it, I saw that I was overreacting about the situation completely. That I created in my mind a perspective, a situation that wasn't even true at that moment. So that is one example, but we do these sort of things all the time in our life. We do it to ourselves, we do it to other people, and I feel like it is so important that all of us, and especially as we're moving into 2022, that we do take a step back and we breathe and we look at things from that whole perspective and realize there's just so much more to the picture than what we're seeing. I've actually done this a lot here lately because I've become more aware of it, to where I'm not just like jumping to the conclusion of this is it, this is what I believe in, this is my perspective. When I take a step back and go, okay, what is the truth? What is really going on here? Something else will come up and show me that I was actually in the wrong and believing something from one side, from my own perspective, from my own belief. So, like I said, I think that's really important as we're moving into this year, because as we are moving into this year, we're going to see that we cannot rely so much on what we are seeing, what is going on around us. We can't put our faith in those things anymore. We're going to have to start putting our faith in ourselves more and trusting ourselves more. Where before we've really trusted other people, and even me as a psychic, as an intuitive, you know, people come to me and ask me questions, and I really do try to direct people to go back within, to, you know, learn to trust themselves and grow faith in themselves, rather than to always just lean on someone else in order to have that answer. Because what we are doing anyway, whenever you seek an answer from somebody else from your one-sided perspective, you're seeking the answer that you want. And a lot of times when people don't get that answer, they either turn it into the one that they want it to be, or they completely ignore it. They can't hear it, they can't see it, they get mad at it, they go, this person doesn't understand me, those sort of things. But the ego mind, the false ego mind, will do whatever it can to really keep and uphold that belief. So it is important to step back and really understand that there is more to what we're seeing at this time. And I encourage you guys right now, that's why I wanted to get on here, to really start looking at things from the whole. And when you do that too, it's not that, okay, oh, I'm wrong all the time, or, you know, but my beliefs aren't right. It's not about that. It's about understanding that there's so much more that we can do. There's so many more potentials that we are losing out on when we choose just one side. We can actually open ourselves up to so much more when we can see the bigger picture. And I think that's what really is the important thing right now. Especially with everything that is going on in the world right now, we need to be able to see that bigger picture. We need to not just hold one belief and go, this is the only belief that we have at this time. Because if we do, we're literally going to go down with that belief. It's going to fall down. And that's what I feel like is happening in 2022. If we really want to hang on to those beliefs so much, we are actually going to be torn down with those beliefs, because we are still going through this time of, you know, rebuilding, tearing down and rebuilding. We're really still in this tearing down phase of everything, tearing down beliefs, tearing down old perspectives, old paradigms and stuff like that. But in order to do that, we have to look at ourselves too and realize that what we're putting out there is actually adding to that. And so in order to stop adding to that perspective also, we need to look at things from a bigger perspective, from that, like I said, that whole perspective also. So I did want to make this quick video for you guys and just kind of see what your take is on it and what I was saying and how you guys have been feeling. Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. And thank you so much, and I hope you guys are super blessed.